Welcome back to the channel. We're back here with another She-Hulk review. This is episode 5, and I'm here with my new co-host,
Cameron J. Walker. You also know my Instagram, Versati1e, and you can go to my YouTube channel, which is just Versatile. It's a gaming channel. I'm getting ready to start up a Ratchet and Clank playthrough, Rift Apart, the new PS5 game that came out. Then after that, it's going to be a God of War playthrough through all the games.
Ooh, you talking about Ragnarok? Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh, that's going to be dope.
Yes, sir. We here for She-Hulk for now.
Yeah.
We'll save that on another one.
And then you're here with your main host that be here every week. Your boy, Dre, Dion Summers, Dre Herbo. It's a whole bunch of names out there, but yours truly is here. All right, let's go ahead and get into this episode, because this wasn't like a crazy episode. Not that much happened.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Just kind of to run off,
Yeah, it's just continuing the story and plugging little things here and there to big things that we might lead to around the end. But the plot was basically about Jennifer fighting for her trademark name that we seen at the end of the last episode. Basically, Titania trademarked the name She-Hulk, which is crazy. And we also got a side plot in this story where basically Nikki is trying to help Jennifer find a custom superhero suit. So we start this show off. All right, it's with a Titania ad. And she's like selling like snake oil and stuff. That's how it's described to us.
It's just these, off-brand and just different liquids and perfumes and follicle deployment ointment type stuff.
Because you can just buy stuff like that from China and they just ship it over. She probably just slapped the label on it.
It's funny. That kind of reminds me of literally who's the one that plays Iron Man's Pepper? Who's the one that plays Pepper? She literally has a whole line of like the same shit that just occurred to me. Yes, she does in real life. I think.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like in real life, she has a whole stream of like items and like.
Oh, so the actor actually is.
Yeah, the actor actually has it. That's crazy. I just remembered that this YouTuber John trying video on it. I was like, what? It's some off the wall stuff on there, but different topic. But yeah, it's just it's obvious she did it to get back at Jet.
Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy because it sounds like they got that idea from the actual Pepper Potts actor.
Not at this point, yeah. That could have been how they just thought about it.
Yeah, but that was like a little dope ad that we had at the beginning. But we go into basically Pug and Nikki back at the office. Pug is basically trying to get some shoes called the Iron Man 3s.
Yeah.
It sounded pretty cool, but I'm like, dude, you're like a grown man.
You're talking about some Iron Man 3s.
Exactly.
You think like I feel like a better name would be like some Start 15s.
That does sound
Start
dope.
15, using like the superhero names, just like, bro, I'll walk around with some banners on.
The banners, just that alone sounds fine.
Banners, some starts, bro. Get some just pop out with it.
We're about to come out with our own shoes. Just the name caught my attention,
bro. It's all gonna be fun and games till you got some nice heel pumps called Romanovs. Come on.
Oh my god.
We're on to something.
Hey, y'all need to bring us in Marvel, bro. This is some good shit right here.
We got it, bro. We got these names, dog.
But look, so basically Pug is like, yeah, can you do me this favor and just come with me in the line so we can get 2 pairs of shoes, because you can only get 1 pair. Nikki's like, all right, you got to do the same thing for me type deal. And she just basically wanted to find a custom tailor for Jen. And he was like, well, I got one.
Yeah.
So they go take a trip to go find this custom tailor. We switch over to Jen, and Jen is actually with Mr. Holloway. And he's like, your face is like all over the city. Well, not even your face, your name is all over the city. Like, fix your mess.
You're supposed to be our lawyer, and you're getting sued.
Yeah.
How you gonna do this, bro? Like, your name is on the show.
And that's already like a rare occasion in real life, like for a lawyer to get sued. But her situation is kind of like she was screwed.
And it's like, I feel like it hurts even worse because it's something that's so kind of just obvious. It's like when you becoming so popular, the first thing you'll probably do is trademark your name. Someone just don't disjoint it, but you got finessed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of names, also, I started laughing earlier because I thought about it. Avengers, bro.
Oh my god, I forgot about the Avengers thing. I would never bought the shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
I would have just left it.
I would have worn it just for the fact that it's called Avengers, bro. That's so funny.
Oh, you like it?
No, it's hilarious. I wear hilarious shit because it's funny. That's it.
It's like, I feel like he's just selling that out on the street because the fact that he changed the name and stuff, he's not trying to get sued for that.
Exactly. That's why he just. That's why
it's just
that whole
convenient with the whole situation that's happening in this episode. He's actually trying to dodge the situation Jen is actually in. That was pretty cool. That comparison was in the episode. But we go back to Nikki, and she's basically introducing Jen to this guy named Luke. He's a superhero tailor. So he's out here making suits for God knows who out here.
Yeah, like honestly, that's another interesting part. How many people is he making these suits for?
Exactly.
You're probably gonna run into this like nigga a lot, but this man a lot.
Yeah, we probably are gonna run into this man a lot more. But yeah, it's kind of crazy though, because once we went here, I was looking around trying to see if I seen any suits or anything, and it wasn't anything too significant or anything that really stood out as, oh, it's like this comic book character or anything. So I was like, all right, let's just continue through the episode. All right, we go over back to Jen. Jen goes back to the office, and we see Todd again. Now in the last episode, I actually explained like Todd could be the brother of the leader from the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
So basically, in the comics, Todd is he turns into a Hulk himself.
Todd's in the comics.
Well, not with that name.
Okay.
But
yeah, okay.
We feel like he's connected to the leader in the MCU because
he is the person that's gonna be over the next I think, which movie did they say he was the villain in?
The leader is the villain in Captain America.
The new Captain. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
and I didn't even get to talk about that on the channel yet, but that's like okay. So once I found that out, yeah, it's the same actor. Once I found that out, I'm like, okay, so dang, he might not be the main villain of this, but you can make his brother the main villain of this.
I feel like it's like when it comes to the main villain of the show, I feel Abomination probably still could be along the lines.
He could be. He could be.
I think I hope the Wrecking Crew comes back because like they hold them so bad. Cause man, like the Wrecking Crew in the comics, you know, they
fight the Avengers. Yeah, and actually put up a fight.
Villains, but like they're better than that, you know. Yeah. It could be a situation to where it's like these guys, you know, they get knocked at the beginning of it, but then they actually get suited up on something, you know, somehow.
See, what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Eventually, they get the up on She-Hulk and actually get some of her blood. And I feel like since they're trying to actually recreate the Hulk serum or whatever you want to call it, they're going to try to put it in the Wrecking Crew, and they're going to get their own type of look and powers based off She-Hulk's blood.
You know what just hit me? I feel like it could get it from Blonsky. Because he chilling. He just got out of prison, didn't he?
Because Val might be connected to this, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's already recruiting all these people. She could have recruited the Wrecking Crew. And Todd could be connected to this. Right. The leader could be connected to this. All this can be.
I don't feel like the leader is. Well, at least I don't know. Well, it's like they're really holding it. I feel like these next episodes are going to be the ones to really show what actual impact this show is going to have. Outside the fact that it's Daredevil, of course.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like the show is actually about to pick up for real because they already told us like Daredevil when he shows up, it's not going to be a joke.
Yeah, you can tell
he's going to be straight serious. Yeah,
you can tell for a little amount of time he actually genuinely gives her solid advice. Like it's crazy from the 120 seconds that he started speaking. Just that one bar was kind of better than a lot of the dialogue in the show. Like I like the show, don't get me twisted, but you know it's a lot of times where the dialogue it's kind of lacking.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
I feel like it's like a lot of the points they wanted to get across. It was just the way they worded it. You know, it's like it's too on the nose with it. Like even in the first episode when she made the little joke about, you know, screaming, she's like, man. I'm like, she could have had the same effect literally just being the Hulk, just being like,
and I can see how that was pushing some fans away and stuff.
Being OD, like she could have just been OD with the screaming, and it would have had the same effect without being on the nose with how she just said I like going against men. Like that's the thing that's like there's a lot of shows that do feminism right, and showcase it, but not in a corny way. Harley Quinn, stuff like that. And it's another one that's hitting me, but it's losing me right now. It's another one, but I'm remember for life of me. It's gonna come back. It'll come back to me later, but it's just it's there are better examples of feminism done like a little bit more smoother, and that's just the way it is. It's just if it comes off too ragged, it's gonna throw people off. As you make it smooth and still make us laugh and still understand the point that they're making. Rick and Morty has done it even, that woman with the woman episode where they threw everybody off the plane, but it still showed that, it still establishes, just, all the main points. But one thing I do like about She-Hulk is that they did prove her wrong, in the same episode, when she was saying like, like I can control this better than you, I'm able to handle all of this, whatever. And then, of course, granted, the issue she's facing as Hulk, way different spectrum than what Bruce had, but it's still though, it still kind of goes into the anger management, really kind of just knowing how to maneuver around this new lifestyle, being She-Hulk, but also having her own identity, which, I really understand. I get it now, because, it's like, I've been building this character for me, who I am, trying to be a lawyer, and now I'm this. Which just came out of nowhere, which is why she hated She-Hulk, which related to the episode in the first place,
Exactly. And I can see that. Yeah, that's a very good point.
The lawyer trials are good though. At least they make sense. At the very least, that's what they make sure.
Because I'm a fan of a whole bunch of lawyer shows. I used to watch like a whole bunch of lawyer shows with my grandma when I was younger. So I'm invested in the show just off that alone. So on top of that, with the superhero story that we're getting for She-Hulk and all that, like, I just get extra excited about this. But not everybody is a fan of Court. Not everybody is a fan of just regular conversation. Some people are hooked on the Marvel for the action.
Similar to similar how I, like we was talking about this before we started, how I like the sitcom aspect of WandaVision, that didn't appeal to everybody. It's different things that people like. And that's just why I just feel people are OD about the overall state of the MCU right now. We've had a lot of bangers.
They're trying to go like different places for different fan bases. You got some people that like the court sessions like me. You got some people that like the sitcoms, like they're just trying out different things.
Doing something different. It's changing the formula, which is what people asking for a long time. They do it.
Yeah. And people complain. But we're gonna get that. Like, if people complain about everything.
And it's not like we haven't had bangs. We had Moon Knight, which was very successful. We had
I was highly confused, but it was successful. I'll give it that.
That was going into mental issues. Another very different point. Also, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I like that a lot.
I like it too.
I like it a lot. WandaVision, very successful as well. It's like all these shows were successful in their own right with their own audiences. So while people are saying, "Oh, they're missing," they ain't been the same. Like, a lot of people are just saying that with different films that they have in mind. Some people, when they say MCU, like, Marvel fell off, they just kind of bandwagon. But everyone kind of have different shows that really didn't do it for them. But it's like Marvel, they're not just in one box no more. Where it was just superhero movies, and they're all just in general, just ultimately the same thing, which is pretty much what a lot of the phase was, except for Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was the only one that naturally kind of stuck out as far as being different, family film type stuff. And now we're actually getting different types of shows. This is really the first. Well, it's not the first comedy, but it's the first comedy show. The first real comedy we had, of course we had Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, which is...
And they kind of teased it a little bit in Hawkeye. Like, they leaned a little bit more towards...
Another show I liked. Yeah. I like Hawkeye.
Yeah, I love Hawkeye.
Yeah, I love Hawkeye.
That one was actually, I don't really have any big issues with that one. Like, I can't even think of an issue off the top of my head.
It was straightforward. A lot of people complained about Kingpin being soft. The motherfucker took a car and walked it off.
Exactly.
And we know he's still alive right now after taking a bullet to the face. What? I keep thinking it's like a handlebar for me to... I keep doing that. But it's like... OD. people are they're tripping. You know, it's just they just need like when Secret Invasion. I'm kind of excited for that.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be Nick. That's gonna be Nick Fury's show. But let's focus on this show.
Oh, that's gonna be dope, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
But yeah. But what was I saying? So Todd in the comics, okay?
Todd, yeah.
So Todd in the comics supposed to be dang it. The name just slipped my mind. Oh my god. But he's supposed to be a version of the Hulk, okay? He's actually a Red Hulk, but he's not the Red Hulk because Thunderbolt Ross is supposed to be Red Hulk.
I remember that. Rest in peace, Dad.
So he's actually a Hulk that's obsessed with the actual Hulk, with Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm.
And he made his own type of serum and became a Hulk. So I think in this, since they're showing he's obsessed with Jen instead of like in the comics how he was obsessed with Bruce, he's about to get her blood and he's gonna turn into a Hulk. And I feel like he would be the main villain of this.
I feel a way they could actually play into this is it's like it's a comedy, so I doubt this will happen, but it would be a good turn if they actually make this guy like genuinely like creepy, like actually make him obsessed. Like don't half-ass it, you know, like we all seen like some weird people out there that just they're just their mindset of how they just chase after this person that don't even know him, that just don't even really rock with him, you know. And they have this whole narrative in their head about you know how they're perfect together and stuff like that. It's just they should have him really obsessed. And, you know, he turns into this Hulk, you know, he's like, oh, well, you know, we could both do this. You know, he tries to smooth in there, you know, she's still rejecting him, rejecting him. And then it starts to get a little bit, like, actually creepy, like, genuinely creepy. Yeah. Even if it is a comedy show, you know, it's like, it's still, like, this needs to be the point of realism that makes it interesting, that makes it gravitate. The actual problem in the show as a superhero, because you have to fight someone. Which is
and I feel like he will get to that level of creepiness. Because I feel like he's just holding back now because he's a normal dude. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have any power. So if he approaches Jen the wrong way, she can just smash.
Again, like, another thing that I just thought about. Because the serum don't work with everybody. It only works with Bruce's genes. So if he does try it, it really will set him off. Like,
exactly. Now, and in the comics, like, you know how Hulk has a different personality, all right? It's not Bruce once he turns full Hulk.
Yeah, it's literally
this personality for him actually takes over.
Yeah.
And it's way more creepier than the actual person.
Well, I feel like this would be more of a season 2 villain, right? Well,
yeah, that's how you feel?
1. Yeah, because I feel like season 1, I think it's still going to be the Wrecking Crew. I think it's still going to be them because...
Oh, you think they're just going to make a comeback?
Not just that, but also who's Daredevil going to fight? Who are they actually, like, who's the threat? Like, the King, like, you know what? That's Daredevil is here for a reason. Like, and he got his suit, so he's going to be fighting. So who is it that they're fighting, actually? Like, because I know Kim and She-Hulk, like, at the very least, somehow, like, I remember in the trailer, it showed a peek with her, like, at least swinging at him, or it looked like it, you know, or maybe they just...
See, I believe they end up fighting at first, because She-Hulk might be in his way.
Or She-Hulk may just think he's just some person following him. She may not know who he is.
Could be that too.
You know, it's a comedy, so you might just play it off. I don't see her taking him too seriously.
Yeah.
but
then he's just whooping her ass. Like,
he's gonna be finessing the hell out of her, bro.
Don't think Daredevil was sweet, okay? Daredevil was going to give her that work.
Bro's drunk and he still took out a whole hallway of people, bro.
He goes crazy, man.
Like, man, that's what I want to see. I want to see him do my boy Justice again, man. Daredevil's going back on the scene, bro. Like, these next couple of years of Marvel's going to kick it back up, and then people are going to be right back on the train, and they're going to, you know, it's going to be right back because then we got Blade coming up, you know, we got Daredevil show coming up, then we got Armor Wars, which I'm also excited for, with Don Cheadle.
Oh, yeah.
And his part, you know, we're going to get more of his character. We don't get a lot of Rhodey. So, you know, the machine, and I think they said the plot is like the machines are taking over. The machine, like Iron Man's nightmare, that his machines will be used for evil. And that's what I saw for the development of the show, is that the machines are corrupted in some way. I don't know how. But
you know what? Ultron could still be out there.
It could. Like, that's what I always think, because I always wanted Ultron to come back, because it's like, he still had so much potential.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. And it's just, he could have easily just put a hard drive somewhere, just like, you know, like a literal hard drive, just.
Because who knows if there was like another robot like at the end of Avengers?
Yeah, like literally
when they destroyed that last robot, that can be potentially the last robot.
Like,
There was so many of them out there. Like how do you
literally just
all of them?
don't steal nuke codes and then know you're there. You know, it's like, he could really just exist throughout this whole plot of it. But now that now that I know that the leader is a villain, is very likely AIM is going to be taken apart, and very soon.
But we also got MODOK that's showing up
showing?
in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man Quantumania.
Quantumania, yeah, that's right. So the AIM is going to be taking a very big part soon, and Leader's another person that's been involved with AIM.
Yeah.
So, that's going to probably be in part of it, and who knows, AIM could be the ones that hired.
See, that's what makes me believe that Todd is going to be this Hulk, because there's also a group in the comics called the Intelligency, and it's led by the leader with MODOK. You got this guy.
You know what Todd would be in the intelligence. If I remember the same person, Todd is still the same one at the very beginning who didn't like he didn't like her speech, right? Was that the same Todd? He was the same one. Like, it was like in the very beginning, like when the first show first started, and it was two people listening to her little thing. It was her friend, and it was one other person.
Oh, no, that ain't.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay.
The one that was listening to her speech, that was the dude that was with the Asgardian elf girl.
Oh.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. Okay.
But Todd, the first time we seen Todd was on that date when he called her a specimen. That's when we knew, like, he was obsessed with her. And that's what's giving people to think, like, oh, this might be this character from the comics. Just given a different name.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's him. The one with that was drinking the drink. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely already playing into the creepy role already. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%. He's just kind of just...
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
he's weird as hell already.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had it a little bit mixed up which one was who.
Yeah,
considering that he's in that building specifically, which it is a very serious.
And pretended like he didn't know she worked there. I'm pretty sure he knew.
I'm pretty sure he knew. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very So I see it a lot more possible now that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we on the same page.
We're on the same page.
All right,
we're on the same page now. Yeah.
All right, so Jen, she's back at her court session, and she actually brings in her dates to actually win over the case because, like, she went on to the dating app and used the name She-Hulk. So everybody went on a date with her because she was called She-Hulk.
She's a She-Hulk,
so,
yeah. I always hated that, like, that method that people use with dating apps when they're like, oh.
Yeah, just swipe right with everybody.
And then they're just like, we'll shift through all of them later. I'm like, why would I do all that when I just don't
right
swipe
here? Like, just
don't swipe. Why am I on the app? I'm just going to accept everyone I see in the first place. It's like, there's literally no difference. If you're just going to sift through them and still take them out later, why am I swiping all these people?
You're playing with people's emotions already.
Like,
you haven't even met them for real.
Somebody
we met.
Red. The entire time.
He didn't even want you, bro.
Lame.
So we get to the end. All right, Jen is going back to try on her new outfits because they are ready. She gets a suit.
Mm-hmm.
She goes in there to try on the suit. But then Luke hands her another
one.
Yeah.
Another one.
And I feel like this is her comic book outfit.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
She was shocked at whatever she said.
Oh, I may not need wear the damn suit. That's what right. Keep the damn suit.
Just put it on. So Luke walks around the corner, grabs this box, and he yells at somebody like, yeah, put this away. Like,
bro, we trying to tell everyone that Daredevil's in the show.
But we see the horn sticking out of this box on a helmet, and this is Daredevil's helmet, his yellow and red outfit.
I'm more than sure Daredevil's probably going to comment on the color scheme of it. I feel like Daredevil himself, he's going to be like, I'm trying to be sneaky. Why is it gold? It's like,
exactly. It's like real bright for him to be running around at night and stuff.
It's a cool looking suit.
Stuff at night. He's like the Batman.
Suit, but it's like yeah, he really is a Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman in Marvel Universe.
Yeah, it's like, except he has powers. It's like to an extent. He just he had sensory powers, which is kind of just in place of Bruce being super rich. So that really is.
It balances out.
Way. But and also the fact that he can tell the truth. Being a lawyer that can tell when someone's lying is cracked. That is
pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I was thinking about earlier. The court, like, I don't know if we're gonna have a court scene with Daredevil and Jen specifically, but it will be sick if that's like how.
See, I was hoping that happened in this episode because I knew she was gonna have to be represented But I thought it was gonna be him. That
for
would
Titania. It's like
it's better that they did save him. Like
for an actual. I feel like there's gonna be a big tone shift in this next episode. It's like it's coming forward. It's like they like okay, yeah, we got She-Hulk. She's here. The first episode was cool. Second episode was good. Kind of it's all right these last couple episodes, but when we get into these next episodes, I'm more than sure it's finna be something like it's been very stiff.
If you think about it, we're halfway through the season now. This is episode 5. We're gonna have 9 episodes.
Yes, 4 episodes.
So 4 more episodes. It's about to get serious.
4 episodes.
It's gonna lead into more serious stuff in the next episode. Than these last 3, I feel like they're gonna be bangers.
Now where the hell did Hulk go? That's on my mind.
We gonna find that out eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
Because I know they potentially trying to do a Hulk movie, so I don't know if they're gonna go that route and do like a World War Hulk.
They did say they are trying to go for World War Hulk and or Maestro. Maestro is something I really want to see.
Yeah, that would be dope.
That would be like, especially considering the fact that he interacted with the Infinity Gem. It was where I thought that was going in the first place because I was thinking, and he said it was like basic radiation. It was just pretty much gamma radiation.
Mm-hmm.
And Maestro comes from him getting too much radiation, even for him to handle. And that's what ends up messing with his mental. So, him snapping and getting all that stone energy inside of him could be messing with him later on.
But see, this is the thing, right? I don't know if you've seen the other episodes we recorded, but we had a prediction because a lot of people was talking about how when Hulk was there on Sakaar, he could have had a child.
He could have.
So the child could have been him. And plus, time moves faster on Sakaar than other places. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was there for 2 years.
Yep. It moves way faster. But Thor was saying it was a couple months since I seen him type deal.
Yeah.
But imagine how long it's been since they left Sakaar. Hulk having a kid. Yeah. The kid could be old as that. Like he can have that gray beard and gray hair. Like he can be.
I forgot what his name was in the comics. Scar, I think.
It could be Scar too.
I think that's his son's name in the comics.
The one with the sword, the Hulk with the sword.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Scar. If he's on the planet, it's like might as well.
That would make sense.
He had a kid while he was fighting.
And then he would be just Hulk. Because that's how he was born, as a Hulk.
Just a new Hulk. I just really need them to re-up Hulk because he never got his one back with Thanos, man.
We're gonna get that back because this is not the final arc of Hulk. Like pretty much he goes through this, he goes through the smart Hulk thing, but after this, he becomes Prime Hulk. And then I think Impossible Hulk or something. He turns into a whole bunch of different versions of Hulk after Smart Hulk.
Hulk. After I realized, because I thought Marvel was going to do a thing where the first phase of this new saga was going to be I thought it was going to have. I thought Love and Thunder was going to be a lot more important event than it was, because Gore is a very big villain in the comics. So I know why people are pissed at that movie. It's now I don't dislike the movie, but I know how much better it could have been. Same thing with Doctor Strange.
I was sick with that movie, bro. Because the biggest thing, Gore, the God Butcher. We only seen him butcher one god. But we've seen the other ones that was already dead, but I wanted to see the action. How did he take out that giant-ass god? That dude was huge.
It's bro, it's we didn't see a lot of God butchering for God butcher, and it's because it just didn't match with the tone of the movie. Taika Waititi, as much as I like his directing, he wasn't this wasn't the movie. Gore the God Butcher was not the villain for him. He should have just done another relatively good villain that was going to go with Gore is a end game it's a level he's Thor's end game villain.
Yeah.
So it's and then the way they just went with it was a funny movie. The Ghost had me crying, had me laughing crazy, me personally. But
it was alright.
It's and the same thing with Doctor Strange. It's I know what they could. I just hate how they did his best friends. Especially even in Ragnarok, and I love Ragnarok, but it's just how they did his best friends in that movie. They just kind of just shift past the fact, these people that he's been fighting with for well over 1,000 years. They get killed and
die.
Yeah, that's it. This guy, and this guy died too. Oh yeah, that's sad. And anyways, yeah, he healed himself. He's you can still see that he's still fucked up in that movie.
Oh yeah,
you can see it. And but I like the fact that he got his own little daughter now, Eternity. I think that's
that is dope.
Yeah, that's it. I am looking forward to that. So I do like what they still
set up. But again, I just know how much better it could have been. Same thing with Doctor Strange. Like, have you ever heard what they was going to do originally with that movie?
I know, like, the beginning was supposed to be different with Mordo actually pulling up on Scarlet Witch. It was supposed to be, like, horror from the beginning.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, like, it was supposed to be, Shuma Gorath was supposed to be the villain. Scarlet Witch wasn't even supposed to be the villain in this movie initially. She was supposed to be just kind of, like, there because she, like I said, she knew magic, which is where she meets the Darkhold. And then she was supposed to be built up to be, like, an Avengers-level villain. But Sam Raimi, and this is an actual quote, he said, why save her for Avengers movie? And I was like, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, because she's that serious. And honestly, it's like, I feel like the movie would have gone over a lot better if they just called the movie Scarlet Witch.
And I feel like that would have did good for her character arc too, because she doesn't have that much of a connection with Doctor Strange. Matter of fact, not even the connection at all. Like, it made no sense for Doctor Strange to be fighting Scarlet Witch. Like
I mean, it makes sense because, you know, they're both magic, but, like, this
that's
is
the only similarity.
Like, this is the first time that they interacted. That's why, like, the original version of it, where they at least interact for a bit, they still know each other for some extent amount of time that wasn't on the battlefield. You know, they get introduced. Like, you know, just, you know, when you get a chance, go and look up, you know, what the original version of the movie was supposed to be, because it's like, I promise that movie, like, this movie, it's like 7 out of 10 for me. Like, you know, it was alright. You know, it was still a cool movie. Seeing Scarlet Witch fuck everybody up was very cool.
That was like the
and
highlight.
Like, a lot of people are mad because of how the Illuminati went down, which granted, she is that strong to where she can't take them out like that. But there is no way in hell Mr. Fantastic would have tried to throw a punch at Scarlet Witch ever.
Yeah,
honestly, even tried to
the smartest man alive. Like, it's literally a meme about this on YouTube. They made a clip. They was like, yeah, the smartest man alive. Then it's just fast forward to him dying. Like, I'm like, yeah, because how you gonna say he's the smartest man alive and you throw a punch at Scarlet?
He didn't try to throw a punch. He did this. He tried to grab her.
You know about her. She's in your universe. You know about her powers.
She exists. You know, she may be retired now, I guess.
And then what makes it worse, you seen what happened to Black Bolt. What are you going to do trying to grab her?
She made his mouth disappear. What are you trying to do there?
That's the first thing you go for. Just, that's horrible.
He didn't even walk in the room. He used a teleporter device to get into the room. Where is technology, man?
Exactly.
That's what he should have
used. Like, he gonna pull like a ray gun out his ass or something like.
like, bro, like, you know, he has teleportation technology. Obviously, he could have set up for this shit better. I'm sure he built all those robots that's going around, help perfect Ultron, which was cool, you know, to see. But even then, we did see her fight the Ultron bots, except for, like, in those little computer screens.
Yeah, it was just a couple she just crushed and shit. Yeah.
That one scene, though, when he got poisoned by the drink.
Oh.
And it's that PowerPoint ass fucking circle just.
Yeah. That was dope. That was dope.
I was like, what was that, bro? Okay,
but let's go ahead and get into these Easter eggs. That was the end of the actual episode review. But the Easter eggs that I peeped, okay, so basically the art at the end of the episode, like during the credits and stuff, it was showing Pug getting the actual Iron Man 3s. But behind him and Nikki, you can see a whole bunch of different superhero shoes. Yeah, now, I peeped 2 shoes of superheroes we haven't seen yet. So, I've seen Deadpool. Okay, the Deadpools. All right, they was up there on the shelf.
For real?
Yes, there was some Deadpools up there. I was trying to find
the after credit scene. I couldn't find it for some reason. I guess.
It wasn't an after credit. This was like on the art. You know how they show like different pictures and stuff.
Right.
It actually showed it on one of those.
I didn't know it was different every episode.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes okay.
So they showed the Deadpools, but they also showed the X-Men character, the Cyclopses, which. I marked out for this. That
is what they was talking
because
about.
Everybody talks shit about Cyclops, but I got to see some Cyclops shoes on TV.
If you want to talk shit about my boy Cyclops, you can talk shit about his personality. That's been lacking occasionally, you know.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily he's the biggest simp in the MCU.
Yeah, but you know, like that's intentional. You know, he's supposed to have like a kind of wayward type personality when it comes to like, you know, especially when it comes to his love interest. You know, but. But him as a character, it's like he cool.
I'll be the same way over Jean Grey. Like, come on,
Jean Grey,
Jean, bro. And then she brought out the Phoenix, boy. He was even more obsessed. Yeah. Come on, now.
It could be a thing too, where it's like, you know, being with Jean Grey it kind of just has you
because she can mind fuck you, like,
and she don't even know how to control her. Literally, she
yeah, she can mind fuck
she
you.
can literally mind fuck you. Like that shit probably crazy.
Damn,
Like,
I didn't even think about that.
but like, yeah, like she can't control her powers, and that Phoenix, she didn't even know it was there for a grip. So just being with her, especially intimately, where she's like very vulnerable, is like that could literally have like a passing effect for people who are with it. Like it shows why Wolverine and Cyclops are ready to damn near kill each other every single time it comes between her and Jean Grey. It's like that's always where they be at. They be like right here, man. Like they do not fuck with each other.
Bro. Man, niggas do anything for that.
Yeah, for that psych custody.
That twat.
That's psych custody.
That's psych custody.
That's psych custody. That be going crazy, bro. But man,
yeah, that Easter egg, it was just pretty cool to see Deadpool and Cyclops up there.
Yeah,
I mean, we know we're getting the X-Men because they said something about the X-Men. Well, actually referring to them at the end of Miss Marvel. Announcing that she's a mutant.
Yeah, human, which is actually no, because I remember that's a plot line. Like they think she's a mutant, but she's actually an inhuman. Like they even find that out in the comics where they're like, "Oh, you're like, wait, so I'm not a mutant? Nah, like these ain't our genes." You feel me? Like it's similar. Like they called her a mutant, but she was an inhuman. They end up finding that out later, so that could still be the
Because I was gonna say Marvel's they probably just trying to make it easier and like actually brand them as mutants, so it's easier to sell because people know
you already literally introduced Black Bolt.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they didn't say he was inhuman though. They didn't.
He said King of the Inhumans.
They did.
Yeah, the King of the Inhumans. Yeah, it was like from the planet on the moon, Dark Side of the Moon. But it's like still though. I mean, yeah. Regardless though, they probably are kind of just trying to introduce the X-Men first before they start getting into Inhumans. Because once we leave the initial New Avengers phase, I feel like we're going to get into more of X-Men versus. Well, first I'm pretty sure it's gonna be X-Men versus the Avengers, and then it's probably going to be X-Men versus the Inhumans,
which are both storylines.
They're probably gonna do that storyline.
That's just why I see
them
moving future like timelines. Just after we get through all this multiverse stuff, what we're gonna be at now is gonna be the Mutant Dilemma, which is probably just gonna be a whole smorgasbord of racism.
This racism against
because I feel like this whole saga is just gonna be like fan service pretty much because we're leading to Secret Wars. Secret Wars basically gonna have some of every variant. So I feel like we're gonna get a whole bunch of old actors back as like their old roles. And we're just gonna get that out the way. All right, you seen your Hugh Jackman, so you might get like the old Fantastic Four might come back.
Maybe
shit, we might get Michael B. Jordan back, like as that.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be crazy if both Johnny
Blaze just
my
god!
And they're like, wait a minute, how you Captain It's like what?
That would be dope.
And like,
hell yeah, that would be dope anyway.
Here's who I think the Secret Wars is going to be between though, because of course we got Kang Dynasty that comes before Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is going to be a war not only between Kang, but because they come out in the same year. If I remember, they come out back to back. So I think it's going to be Kang versus Doctor Doom as the king, because Doctor Doom is the one that starts the Secret Wars in the comics because he ended up taking pieces of each multiverses and just make them all into one giant Yahtzee puzzle or whatever, you know?
Wait, was that him or Kang
it was
made, you talking about Chronopolis?
In the comics, like in Secret Wars comics.
When they made like the combined city, it had like Asgard right next door to New York and
then the old Logan storyline and all that. Yeah, it was God Doom. It was God Doom that did that.
Because wait, he became God Doom during Secret Wars.
He was basically Secret Wars was trying to stop him. If I remember correctly, Doctor Doom was the one who set all the he pretty much became God, and the multiverse got splintered, so he just stitched them all together so that they just didn't break apart. And then the Secret Wars was trying to stop God Doom. If I remember it correctly, I could be getting it wrong, but since the Secret Wars, I feel like it could very well be a thing where it's like Kang versus Doctor Doom. And these two are these two egomaniacs are going at it, trying to take control of the multiverse. Meanwhile, we need to stop both these motherfuckers. Like they both some problems, we need to stop them both. They're like, no.
But I can't wait for Kang though. Like man, you heard? Did you see? Like I remember they showed a little clip where the people were watching the trailer in there. You heard what his first line was?
Yeah, he said something about the Avengers, right?
He was like, Ant-Man. He said, oh no, he was like, you say you're an Avenger.
Yeah.
Have I killed you before? That's a cold ass line, bro.
That was
He's
a
like,
cold ass line.
bro said, have I killed you before? Like that means he's already killed a bunch of Avengers already.
Bro.
I can't wait for season 2 of Loki. That's gonna be crazy, man. Just
man, we
like I
said, Kang something everywhere, bro. And Ant-Man, Loki, then in fucking the Avengers movies,
like, bro, man, they already showcase like I said, these next coming years in Marvel is really gonna be where like now that we got this ground building done, and at least all the initial, new people that people are semi excited for, like She-Hulk, not everybody interested in her, Miss Marvel. You got some, but then you get Blade coming out next year. Then you got Daredevil coming next year. Then you got these people, there's a lot of interesting people. Oh, that also hit me. Did you see the Werewolf by Night trailer?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
That come out in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna be watching it.
I'm ready for that.
I'll be here for that review if you want, because that's
gonna be dope.
Yeah, but
definitely come through for that review.
Yes, sir.
Because I think that's gonna be right after the episode 8 of She-Hulk. So because it drops on a Friday.
Yeah.
So
it'll probably be or it's either that or the week of the finale. Either way.
Yeah. Probably.
Or the week after. They probably might, wouldn't want all of it to come in at the same time. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. Man, we went over the show, but I can't wait to see what happens next week. Hopefully we get Daredevil and stuff. I'm gonna put all his social medias in description. Okay, so check him out, check out his YouTube channel, and definitely watch when you play God of War.
Yes, sir, man.
That's gonna be dope.
That trailer, man. You saw the trailer, bro?
Yeah.
Woo!
Man, I still need to get a PS5.
Man, I still help you get it. It's like after the show.
Yeah, for sure.
After the show. But
yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, man. And also hit the bell button so you can be notified when I upload the next review and also a couple other reactions I'm going to do to some trailers later on this weekend. So, hope y'all enjoy. Your boy, Dre, it's out.